Hey guys, it is me, Tanya, founder of the TNG Design Group Limited. I hope you are all keeping safe and well. Now, in this video, again, we're going back to basics. We're going to be talking about who can design logos and who do you go to design logos? Who are the right kind of people to design logos, or even what's the right kind of platform to design your logo? Now, there are many ways or many platforms or many people or many different things out there, but I want to make sure that you cover these specific things to make sure that you understand exactly where to go to, who to speak to, and equally understand what questions you can actually ask in order to be able to get the results that you're actually looking for, because it's important that you are able to do so even at the beginning stages. So folks, before you get stuck into this video, as always, make sure you go like and subscribe to this channel, because I want to make sure that you get all the juicy little goodies that I actually share, specifically all about branding, all about logo design, graphic design, whatever it is to do with the promotion or the idea of boosting the awareness of what it is that you are doing. You're going to find that information right here on my channel. So make sure that you keep liking and you keep subscribing as well, even sharing the notification as to when I go ahead and do so. And folks, make sure you stick around to the very end, because as always, I've got something super cool to be able to share with you. So folks, let's get stuck into it. So as I said, we're going to be talking about who can design a logo or who makes logos. Yeah, there are many platforms out there that can actually either claim to do them, but do actually do them. But you've got to be mindful that you're getting the results that you're actually looking for. And there are also other things to be thinking about when you are creating your logo, especially considering the stage of business that you're at, or stage of building your brand awareness that you're at. So these things actually play a huge part in it, simply because would I say spend lots of time on your logo, in the sense where do you know what, you need to spend months and months and months on end to be able to just get it exactly right at the very beginning? No, simply because when you're starting out, when you're boosting your awareness, there are other factors in place other than your actual logo and the visual form of it. However, that being said, key things to be mindful of, especially when you are creating your logo, is to make sure that your logo does actually match what it is that you do and actually is relevant to who it is that you are, and equally the brand that you're about. So always have those things in mind, even when you're getting off the ground and running, even when you're just starting out. Always have those basics in mind, so that when you do actually just come to think about what your logo is, can be, for now, it's still going to be relevant. Now, a few years down the line, or even a few months down the line, when you've actually established yourself just that little bit extra more, then reconsider actually investing the time and effort, and even more so, what it is that your logo should actually be about, and be recognized, or help to recognize you, or actually help to build your reputation by or with. Now, the type of things that you've got to be mindful of, for example, when it does come to who can design your logo, right? There are three different types of people. However you want to, three, right? There are three different types of people that you want to make sure that you are tapping into the expertise of: a graphic designer, a logo designer, and a brand specialist or brand strategist, however you want to word them, right? Either way, those three people in particular are the types of people that you want to be reaching out to, simply because they know their stuff. Simply because they're going to know the difference as to why one shape should go with the next shape versus why one layout should work with another layout, and then some. They're going to know this stuff. They're not going to faff around with the intricacies of, well, let's do something super detailed, so much so that it's not even going to be recognized. Okay, that makes no sense. But they're going to understand how to make sense of what your vision is, what the reality of your business is, or the reality of your brand is about. They're going to know that. And to have a good graphic designer on board, or to have a good logo designer on board, or to have an even better brand specialist on board, they need to also be able to ask you specific questions. And a good designer or a good specialist will know what questions to ask you, simply because they get their craft. And when they understand their craft, they're going to ask you some great questions that will match your logo down to a T, suit your brand even more so down to a T, and be able to create with you, or create for you, a mark or a form or a stamp, if you like, that is suited to what it is that you do. And they'll keep it relevant. So it's really important to make sure that you tap into each and every one of those expertise, or at least one of those expertise, because they'll know what to do for you. And that, folks, is essentially it. So who can design a logo are people like logo designers, obviously, graphic designers, and brand specialists or brand strategists as well. And one thing I should actually add as well, as much as I've said, yes, a brand strategist can actually design a logo, depending on what their remit is, depending on what their level of services are. What I mean by that is sometimes they'll actually work with a team of logo designers or with a team of graphic designers. Either way, they'll be able to cover you. They'll be able to make sure that not only is this one asset or guiding tool, I like to call them guiding tools, actually covered, they'll be able to understand what that should be, but equally what your other assets should be as well. So technically, they're thinking about the bigger picture. Logo designers as well as graphic designers should also be thinking about your bigger picture. However, with a brand specialist, they'll be able to think about, right, this logo is not only going to be going on here, but it's going to go on here and onto here and onto here and onto here. There's many different contexts that your logo will appear on. A brand strategist specifically will be thinking about that, and 9 times out of 10, so will a good graphic designer and so will a good logo designer, because they want to make sure that it gets right for you or is designed right for you. So folks, I really hope that this video helped you. A nice short but sweet one, but at the same time it's important to be able to know who can design a logo for you and design a right logo for you in a way that is congruent to you and your brand. That's what's super important. And remember folks, your logo is not your brand, it is only a part of it, in the sense where it is the representative mark that literally represents what it is that you do or who it is that you are. So when people aren't around you, they can see this mark and know that, yes, that's Tan. Oh, yes, that's such and such. Oh, yes, that's X, Y, and Z. Right, you get the gist, folks. So I'm going to leave it there in any case. Folks, go ahead and like and subscribe to this channel. As I said before, make sure you hit that little bell so you get reminded as to when I go ahead and upload a new video. And as always, here is my gift from me to you. It is essentially 6 key principles. Key principles that I want to make sure that you are actually tapping into. Because with these principles, you're going to understand, okay, do you know what? Because I understand these key principles, I know who to reach out to when it comes to who can I trust or who can I know or who do I know to be able to design a logo for me. You're going to know with these key principles who that person should actually be, simply because they get you and they match your values and they match your vision and they match your purpose, and or more specifically, they understand each and every one of those aspects for yourself. Because when you get a logo designer, when you get a graphic designer, when you get a brand specialist who equally also knows these things about yourself or gets to learn them about yourself, that's when that match becomes a match made in heaven, as they say, right? So folks, go ahead and check out those principles. Understand what these 6 key principles can do for you and your brand and the elevation or building of awareness as to who it is that you are. Check it out. Let me know what the feedback is in actual fact, because I want to understand, is this actually even helping you? More specifically, there's another little gift that I have included within that. And once you've filled in your details, especially, you'll be able to understand what that extra little gift is. So go ahead and fill in your details, find out what that extra little gift is as well. And it is, again, something from me to you. And I want to make sure that you are actually tapping into it, not only tapping into it, in actual fact, I want to make sure you're taking action with it, because that's super important in order to be able to elevate your brand to the highest of heights, however high you want to go. So folks, I'm going to leave it there and I will see you on the other side.